Hello. Welcome along to another Adventures in Pop. This is a bit weird because I'm introducing this next episode because I was going to release it before I went on my holiday and I just ran out of time. So I'm referring to a holiday here that I've already had, telling one or two other slight untruths because of the time difference. But look, I'm back from a holiday, a bit croaky, quite brown, but that is me. It's lovely to see you again, and I'll be talking to you a bit later in the week about the next Rothman and Jacobs release. See you soon. Hello, welcome along to episode 76 of Adventures in Pop. My name is Simon Jacobs. I've got a slightly hoarse throat today. I went to a football match yesterday. We've talked about this before, but it's a really good way to completely ruin your voice. But in a way, it doesn't matter too much for me right now because I'm off on holiday tomorrow for a couple of weeks. So this is going to be my last Adventures in Pop before I go away. And today, I've got a new track to play you, a track I've written earlier this year that will surely turn up at some point. And I want to talk about getting a bit epic. Okay, epic. I did actually look up epic because epic is a very overused word, isn't it? People talk about, they could have a day out that is epic. They could have any kind of experience could be epic. But on the other hand, you can also look at a work of art and think it's epic. And certainly with music, you can hear music and feel like it's epic. What do we mean by epic? Well, when I looked it up, it was really unhelpful. It kind of said epic was when something is sounding epic. It was almost like that. It was useless. It was just kind of a circular kind of sentence that went back to itself. In a different part, I did find a bit more help, and it was talking about epic, talking about something being big and grand and yes, and maybe on a big scale, involving lots of people, and so it was about a sense of scale and proportion that was big and powerful. That's kind of the sense of epic, and the reason I bring that up, not that I'm just being a pedant about having a look in the dictionary and trying to work out meanings, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because I'm going to play a song that I wrote earlier this year. It's called Fall in Love with Me. And I think shortly after writing this, I started to get a feel for a sense of the fact that I was kind of writing more epic choruses. I was going for the big epic choruses. And so, look, I'm going to play you the song that I'm talking about. I might even just kind of give you a little sneak preview into one or two other choruses and just give you a sense of where I'm going with this. Now, look, back in the 80s, I really loved Trevor Horn and pretty much all of the productions he made. And I guess I've always kind of thought of him as my benchmark. If I want to make music that is, you know, dramatic and large, maybe orchestrated and stuff. He was really good at all that kind of stuff. Now look, I don't want to get sidetracked into a conversation about Trevor Horn, but if you want to find something that is genuinely epic from the great production of Mr. Horn, go and listen to Slave to the Rhythm, the 12-inch single by Grace Jones, came out in 85. That, my friends, is epic. It's about 10 minutes long, and it's huge, and it's fantastic. So that's a great example. Now, look, I'm not writing those things. I'm trying not to, be a slave to the 80s either. So I have been writing a thing called, as I say, this is called Fall in Love with Me. Now, look, let me tell you about the song. I wrote it back in January, actually, because I remember really clearly it took me most of the month to kind of pin it down. And I think, if I remember rightly, I kind of put a big line through it twice because I wasn't happy with the chorus, and then suddenly the chorus kind of came, and when the chorus arrived, I knew the song was okay, and the chorus is big. In fact, I've got a little problem with this song in one respect. I may have to sort it out. I'm calling it "Fall in Love with Me." It's a repeating line. It follows some of the rules of how you're going to title your song. And yet in the chorus, "Fall in Love with Me" doesn't appear in the chorus. In the chorus, it starts with a big, multi-voice sing of the line, "Love is a minefield." So I might have to change the name of the song to "Love is a Minefield." You tell me. Have a listen and tell me, what is this title of this song? So look, I wanna kind of try and present to you what makes this so-called epic. Okay, so I think probably the place to start is with the vocals. I want to play you first of all the vocals for the chorus, which is it's a big thing. And actually, I counted up the number of lines of vocals that I've got on this song, and it's something like 25. And a big chunk of them are on 3 choruses, and I mess around with those each time, but it's pretty big. So let's have a listen to vocals on the chorus. We're going to hear the whole song later, so this is just kind of to dissect it and try and give you a sense of how it got put together, because other than loads and loads of vocals, there's not that much on this track, and yet it's an epic. Here are the vocals.
Love is a minefield, sense the fear is all around. Love is a mirage, you think you're near, but it's never found. Love is a fantasy, leave you scars.
Okay, another thing to point out are some of the sounds that get used on here. There's a really great electronic sound near the beginning of the track, and I use it a few times. It's just this growing. It feels very it's very digital, but it feels kind of organic and moving. That's lovely. Have a listen to this. And even this rather strange electronic motif kind of gives it a sense of, space, because it's quite airy. So, what is this song about? Fall in Love with Me. It's really saying, I like it when we're friends, and now that you've said that you've fallen in love with me, I'm not at all happy. I want us to go back to being friends, because love is a nightmare. Take my word for it. Love is terrible. It's never good. Love is a minefield. That's the opening line of the chorus. So that's basically it. Don't fall in love with me, because I only want to be your friend if we're friends. Quite unusual. Just to put this in context, I wrote the song in January. I knew then that probably I'd already got enough for the album that I'm releasing at the moment. So this was the first of what will probably be the next batch, the next selection. And I think it's over the kind of second half of the ones I'm doing now, and some of the new ones, that I've had the sense of things getting a bit epic. So just before I leave you with "Fall in Love with Me," or is it called "Love is a Minefield," I want to play 2 other little bits of chorus from 2 other songs which are going to be released much sooner. Have a listen to these 2. The first is a song from a song called "Every Step."
Plays tricks with your eyes. Things change shape as I get nearer.
And this one is from a song called "Coming Up Roses." So yeah, big. It's big, and hopefully it's big and chorusy. Listen, I'm gonna love you and leave you for a couple of weeks. I'll be back. Um, and important to say that what I've managed to do to set up before I disappear on holiday is a new release from Rothman and Jacobs that'll be out on the 16th of September, a new release from Goldhawk Foxes which will be out 1 week later, and a new release from myself, and that'll be another week later. So as soon as I'm back, we're right back in the swing of our fabulous triple releases. You be good. Take care. Don't work too hard. See ya.
Of your mind, only time could tell, but now I'm looking back, I think I must have been so blind. I didn't think I'd ever not believe the things I didn't want to see. I thought you knew much better than to fall in love with me. See the warning signs are flashing all around like traffic lights. I think I heard them calling, but I turned my back and walked into the night. I didn't think I'd ever lose my grip of what is real and what is fantasy. I thought you knew much better than to fall in love with me. Love is a minefield, sense the fear is all around. Love is a mirage, you think you're near, but it's never found. Love is a fantasy. And we can go right back to being friends. Don't say your heart is breaking and torture me with guilt that never ends. Oh, don't make me sever all the bonds with you so I can still be free. I thought you knew much better than to fall in love with me. Love is a minefield, sense the fear is all around. Love is a mirage, you think you're near, but it's never found. Love is a fantasy. Much better than to fall in love with me.